In this video, we have some shocking low sales to discuss that I believe illustrate an opportunity that might not surface again in this hobby for a long time. Stay tuned.
Bry's Comics.
I am so incredibly excited to share with you guys my latest exclusive that I've been keeping a secret until the time was right to share. An exclusive from a legendary artist on a new creator-owned series from a visionary team in Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. A Bry's Comics exclusive for Vanish #1 by the legendary Raphael Albuquerque. Boom! How sick is this cover? I am so incredibly pleased with the way that this turned out. Run that 15-second trailer. I watched that trailer like 100 times in a row. It's just so freaking sweet. This is what is most exciting about this hobby, my career, this job, is getting to work with legendary artists like Raphael Albuquerque and Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. I mean, I sent emails to Ryan Stegman regarding this exclusive, and it all came together. I reached out to Raphael and I was like, man, I would love to have this character in like a throne pose, just looking all badass and battle torn, and he said, all right, well, what do you want the throne to be made out of? And I'm like, oh, shoot, man, I didn't think about that. And he's like, how about trash? And I said, dude, that's it. That totally fits with this character. And he came up with this exclusive, this image that I am just stunned that it came to fruition as well as it did. If you go check out his page, you might know Raphael from his work on Detective Comics. He is currently illustrating Detective Comics. I mean, can you imagine what it would be like to be a creator sketching and drawing on a legendary character like Batman, and then on your Instagram handle, you have legends in the industry commenting on your work saying, man, you nailed it, you killed it, this is it exactly. The validation from incredible artists in the community. I mean, and then the fact that I get to work with him. I'm pinching myself. I'm in disbelief. I'm so excited to bring this to the comic community. Let me tell you a little bit about Vanish, and then we'll talk about the different incentive covers and package deals that we have over at bryscomics.com. So Venom Visionaries, Donny Cates, and Ryan Stegman re-team for upcoming series Vanish this September. And here's what Donny Cates had to say about the series. Are you sick and tired of all these young adult stories about magic and wizards and destiny and love and blah, blah, blah? Well, good news. We are too. So, I mean, that just sums it up. What happens when you take, remember how epic the Venom series was by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, how groundbreaking it was for the character and just comic books in general, the incredible hype that they created with that. Imagine what would happen if you took that team and you unbridled them, right? This is their creator-owned series. They can drop F-bombs. They can create worlds that they've been imagining in their head for years. That's what Vanish is. I read the first issue, and it is absolutely stunning. Stegman says about the series, Vanish is the most exciting thing I've drawn. Microphone drop. The most exciting thing that Ryan Stegman has drawn. And I've read the first issue, cannot wait for the rest of the series. I can concur that this is one of the most exciting new series that I've seen in a long time. I haven't been this excited about a new series since Something is Killing the Children. And Stegman goes on to say, doing an image comic has always been my ultimate goal as a creator, and we've pulled out all the stops to make this special. Donnie's and my goal with this project is to create something that we could never do at Marvel. And, well, we've succeeded at that, I assure you. I mean, I'm just getting goosebumps about this. Just the fact that this creative team gets to draw and create their team, and it's working the way that they said. So let's talk about the exclusive. So we've got the Bry's Comics exclusive, limited to 400 copies. I got CGC options available, Fast Track available, and then we have some incredible variant covers for the regular issues. 1 in 10 incentive pack that comes with all the regular covers. We've got a 1 in 25 incentive pack, a 1 in 50 incentive pack, a 1 in 75 incentive pack, a 1 in 100 incentive pack, a 1 in 200 incentive pack, and a 1 in 500 incentive pack that has all the covers. And it's a Ryan Stegman raw sketch version of his cover A, an absolutely stunning collectible. Imagine this with a custom sketch by Ryan Stegman, signed by him and Donny Cates. I mean, just an incredible collectible. If you buy the 1 in 500 pack, I'll fast track and CGC grade the 1 in 200 and the 1 in 500 for you for free. All you have to do is shoot me an email, and Cade will get you all squared away. I'm also offering pressing, cleaning, and grading options, regular and fast track. If you buy one of the incentive packs, you can add that on to any order. Details over at brycecomics.com. Incredibly excited to offer this to the community, to bring this to you guys, and to see where this series goes. Available now at brycecomics.com. So in this video, I want to talk about some shocking low sales, and then what I think is a very rare opportunity that could be presenting itself right now in the comic book community that might not come back up for years to come. And to see what I'm talking about, let's first jump into the numbers. So here we are on GP analysis for Silver Surfer number 4, and we had a 9.6 sell for $13,100. And this is a sale that when I saw this, I stared at the screen for like 20 minutes. I thought, oh, the auction is still running. Oh, wow, it's only at $13,000. Wow, I might be able to snag this for 15 grand at 50% off of the previous sale, which was 33,000. And then I looked at the screen again, and I'm like, no, this book sold. This book sold for $13,100, down $20,500 from the previous sale. And here's the previous sale. It was a 9.6 white page copy. And the craziest thing about this is that 5 days later, it sold for $28,800, back up $15,700, $1,800 sale, 9.6 off white to white. So here's the 33,000, 9.6 white, 9.6 off white to white, 28. So yes, there is a difference in price for the page quality. I think that the difference in price on these has more to do with the timing in the market than the presentation of the book. They're both incredibly nice presenting copies of it's a 9.6, and I can't remember the page quality on this $13,000 sale, but I remember looking at it, just studying it to see if there was some egregious flaw in this book to justify this slash in price, and there just wasn't. It was just a good deal. This was just an example of someone being at the right place at the right time. And I mean, there's people like me, and I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this video that are like, holy crap, I would have gladly paid $20,000 for that book. I mean, I would have been in at 15, 16, 17,000. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people that would have paid way more than $13,100. It's just an example of a good deal and not enough eyes being on this auction. So here's another example of that in Avengers number 57 in a 9.8. It sold for $18,600, and here's the copy. It's a 9.8. It's off-white pages, but it's QES certified, which means that it's exceptional in some way. This is an exceptional copy of Avengers 57 in 9.8. This book is an absolute ghost. There's 13 total copies in Blue Label, 2 signature series, compared to almost 5,000 total copies on the census. It's incredibly difficult to get this book in 9.8 because this black edge right here, this black edge right here, this black along the spine, if you just look at this book wrong, it picks up color break. I have a friend with a 9.6 that has just the tiniest bit of wear right here. I mean, I stared at that book for hours thinking, could it get a 9.8? But it's just so difficult to actually secure the 9.8 in this book. I mean, it's from 1968 with this incredible cover that makes it incredibly difficult. So this book just never comes up for sale. We had 2 sales in 2022, which is kind of an anomaly. I mean, the only other time we had 2 sales in one year was 2015, and this must have been around movie hype. And so this is an example of, people taking advantage of not necessarily movie movie hype for Vision, but this comic book market boom. And that's one of my points with doing this video, is that we're seeing a lot more copies come to market just on the fact that prices are so crazy. So in 2022, we had 2 sales, 0 sales in 2021, 1 in 2020, and then 4 years in between sales, 2 sales here, and then 6 years in between sales. And as you can see, the most recent sale is less than the sale from 2009. This is not indicative of the value of this book. This book, I believe, is worth every penny of $30,000. The fact that he has such a prominent role in the MCU, the fact that it is such a ghost on the sense it's only 13 Blue Label 9.8. This is just an example of somebody getting a killer deal. And another one where, had I been aware of it, maybe I would have been an active bidder on this. Here's the caveat to that. If I'm bidding on this and say, my absolute highest is $25,000, well, then what if it sells for $25,600? All it takes is 2 people, right? Like, so if I'm in at 25 and this other guy is like, yeah, he's just in the right place, right time. He was after this book. He knows the last sale was 35,000. Maybe he's in it for 35. And so that these 2 bidders, me and the other guy, drive it up to 25,000. So that's kind of the caveat with this. And the same with the Silver Surfer sale is, say I was in it for 20, this guy that bought it for 13 may have been in it for 21, so it's one of those things that that's why it's so rare to get these crazy good deals, but they are out there. And I do believe that more of them will be happening soon. So here's what I think could possibly be happening right now with these crazy good deals that are coming to the auction houses. We're seeing a lot of inventory hit the auction houses because there's a little bit of a delay when somebody decides to send their books to auction for them to actually come, all right? And so we're seeing a decline in prices in the comic book market. We had this crazy run up, this huge boom, and I think a lot of people are probably saying, you know what, I want to catch the tail end of this. I want to cash out before it goes down anymore. There's a lot of uncertainty about how far it's going to go, where the bottom is going to be. So I think there's a little bit of a delay when people started to see this decline in the market, decide to send their books to auction, and then the auction might not start until the next month, and then they're up at auction for a month, not to mention how long it's going to take for you to actually get paid out. But it could be several month delay between when somebody decides to sell these big grails to when it actually sells. And so I think that right now we could be going into this time where there's a lot of people trying to catch the tail end of this comic book market boom, and it's just a numbers game. There's a lot of opportunities like this where there's just not enough eyes. I'm seeing big grail books come up at like obscure auctions that end at weird times. Usually, it's like these mega grails would only come at like event auctions where all these eyes are on it. There's promotional material going out in the mail. People know when these big books are coming to market. But right now, I think some are slipping under the radar that a lot of people watching this would have picked up these books at these prices had they known about it. But there's so much, it's just a numbers thing, that these good deals are happening. So I think it's a great time to be cash heavy with your comic book money to take advantage of these sales that are happening and these good deals that are happening at auction houses. And I think what might happen if the market continues to go down and, a lot of these big grails could go into hiding. People could say, you know what, screw that. I'm not willing to part with my Avengers 57 for $18,000. If I had known that it would get that price, I would have never sent it to auction. So it would be probably unlikely to see another one of those books come up, seeing that last sale. And so if that happens, a lot of these big books could go into hiding. Collectors are going to hold, and we might not see them come back until there's another big run up in the market or more spec announcements, movie announcements that would, give people confidence to bring them back to the auction houses. But there could be a window here where we're catching the tail end of it. It's just a theory that I have. It's something that I'm doing personally. I mean, I liquidated a lot of my personal collection because I really do believe that this could be coming in the next few months. And so I wanted to do a video about it, share with you guys so you can position yourselves accordingly to upgrade your collection, make the most out of this hobby. These are exciting times. This market is going to bounce back. I'm fully confident in that. And there's things that we can do to take advantage of any market, whether it's a raging bull market or a bear market. There's things that you can do, decisions you can make to position yourself to benefit from it no matter what. And that's what this channel is all about. If that interests you, if this video was helpful to you in any way, please consider grabbing that subscribe button, comment and like this video, and it will enter you to win a free slab. We do a free slab giveaway here every single month. This month's Invincible Iron Man number 7 and 9.8. And if you head over to brycecomics.com and sign up for the newsletter, you get first access to new collections, discount codes, and you're also entered to win a free slab each and every month. This month is Dr. Doom number 1, the 1 in 50, the first solo series for Dr. Doom. Don't forget to grab those Vanish exclusives. Thank you so much for everyone for your support. I truly appreciate all of you. I can't wait to see what's next in this fantastic, incredible hobby that is so rewarding for all of us. Thank you for sticking with me to the end of the video, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bryce Comics.